Alright, well, as I promised, my last video, I said I had a DVD update, and I got quite a bit of stuff to show you guys, and, yeah, well, let's get started. First off, I picked, this is a TV show that's on Comedy Central that I really enjoy, and these are the next releases of it, and I got Tosh Point oh, Deep V's, and Tosh Point oh cardigans and casual jackets, which this one actually was a Walmart exclusive. So if you like the show, maybe you'll find this on eBay. I know I couldn't find this on Amazon, but you can also get it on Walmart.com. But I'm sure copies of it will probably pop up online eventually. But if you want to get it for a decent price, like I did, you gotta go to Walmart. So yeah, that's Deep V's and Casual Jackets. It's a very fun show on Comedy Central. Daniel Tosh's sense of humor might not be for everybody. Some of his jokes might offend some people, but I think the show's hilarious. Tosh Point oh. So yeah, that's Tosh Point oh. Next up, I got these two at Walmart for $3 a piece. Broken Lizards Super Troopers, which I like. I think it's a pretty decent comedy. It's not as good as their second movie, Broken Lizards Club Dread. That one I really like, which is like a parody of slasher films. Club Dread is it's hilarious. It's definitely, I think, their best movie. I wasn't a fan of Beer Fest, honestly. I thought that movie kind of sucked. I really didn't laugh that much, and the Slammin' Salmon, which didn't go to theaters, it went direct to DVD, because pretty much all their movies were flops. I know this one, I think, was a decent hit. Club Dread did worse than this, and then Beer Fest was a flop, and so, you know, Slammin' Salmon went direct to DVD. But I like Super Troopers, but again, if I had to recommend one of those movies, I definitely recommend Club Dread. Love that one. And 300, the 2-disc collector's edition. Like I said a long time ago, I had the Blu-ray, but there's this weird sort of pixelation effect that kind of really ruined it, which is too bad, because I figured a movie like this would look great on Blu-ray, and I think someone had told me that it was, you had to like adjust the settings on your TV or something, but I was like, fuck that. I shouldn't have to adjust the settings on my TV for it to look good. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I just got this, and this is the 2-disc edition, which has all the features. I know there's an Ultimate Edition, which is like this big box, which I think probably has more stuff, but that one goes for crazy amounts of money online. But this is still good. This still has a good amount of features. And for $3, 300, I really love this movie. I saw this in the theater when it came out, and I had a blast with that. Okay, the rest of the stuff pretty much got on Amazon. I got some money for Christmas from my mom, not my mom, my dad. My dad gave me some money, and then I had saved up some money as well so that I could do a little Christmas shopping for myself, of course. So I bought a bunch of stuff, and a lot of this stuff was pretty cheap. And some of this is from Amazon UK. I bought Cliffhanger, and I don't know why. I already had the collector's edition. I mean, okay, I bought this because I misinterpreted what the description was. I thought this was like the full uncut version of Cliffhanger, but it's actually not. It's actually shorter. This is only 108 minutes, whereas the US release is 116. And basically what this is a slightly less cut version than what was originally released in the UK. This has just a little bit more stuff added in, so I misinterpreted the description. So yeah, now I'm stuck with a cut version of Cliffhanger. I mean, I love the movie, but the US collector's edition is, you know, kind of the way to go. So it's too bad. Next up, I got two Gary Daniels films. I'll start with the older one, Final Reprisal. I believe this is his first starring role. It's kind of like one of those jungle action films. This is a German DVD. It was only released in Germany. This is the first official release of the movie. I haven't seen this one yet, and I couldn't tell you what it's about. The description's all in German. But it has a English a language track. So, I'll probably upload this one of these days so you guys can check it out as well. I heard it was pretty decent for his first movie, but yeah, that's Final Reprisal. And I picked up his latest film, Forced to Fight, which also stars Peter Weller as the villain. Unfortunately, this movie pretty much sucks. It really does. I mean, it's not like awful. It's just really, really lame. I like Gary Daniels' performance, but like halfway through the movie, his character turns into a complete asshole for no reason, really. I guess they try to justify it by saying that like the more he fights, it becomes like a drug, so he starts acting like a complete asshole because of that. But I just thought that was a bunch of bullshit. Peter Weller's good though. I mean, he fucking chews the shit out of the scenery in this movie, but it's awesome. I thought Peter Weller was really having a lot of fun as the villain in this movie. And the fight scenes I thought were mediocre, just kind of lame, really. There's no shaky cam or quick cuts. I just thought they fight in like this really enclosed area surrounded by a crowd of people, and sometimes the camera just moves around and all you see is like the crowd while the fight is still happening, and I thought that was really stupid to film it like that. And because they're in such an enclosed space, they can't really do that much. I mean, if you're a fan of Gary Daniels, I would say give it a watch. I mean, I paid $10 for this, and I guess I'll keep it just to have it for the, my collection, but I don't recommend spending any money on it. Even for $10, like, I took a shot on it, and unfortunately it wasn't very good. But yeah, that's Forced to Fight. Next up, I'm going to show a couple of my UK DVDs that I got here from overseas. Broken Fist, but this is actually, the original title was Broken Path, which is a much better title because Broken Fist doesn't make any sense. We need this Broken Path, but this actually, and this, by the way, this cover fucking sucks. Who the fuck is this guy? Seriously, this guy's not in the fucking movie. And neither is this shit. This is not one of those underground mixed martial arts fighting movies. This is about Johnny Young Bosch, who was actually on Power Rangers, which is where I remember him from. I actually used to watch Power Rangers when I was a kid. And he is a real-life martial artist, and it's basically about him and his wife are basically living out in the woods, sort of secluded away from everybody, and these guys break into their house, and all of a sudden Johnny Young Bosch's character, who's supposed to be like this computer geek, has these incredible martial arts ability, and it turns out he used to be an assassin, part of this secret organization, and he escaped from them, and now they've come back to kill him, but he's not going to let that happen. And basically, this whole movie, if you're a fan of martial arts, this is a highly recommended film. I believe the fight choreography was done by Alpha Stunts, who also did work on Guyver 2 and Drive. In fact, Koichi Sakamoto, I believe he was the fight choreographer on Drive, and he's actually the director of this. At least I think he was a fight choreographer, but that name just sounds familiar. But yeah, it's a shitty cover, and honestly, Broken Fist doesn't make any sense. But if you're a fan of martial arts, definitely check out Broken Fist or Broken Path, whichever title you can find it under, because it's a very easy recommendation. The whole movie, like once the action starts, it pretty much doesn't stop till the end. It's essentially one big action scene. So yeah, that's Broken Fist or Broken Path. Next up, Born Hero, which stars Conan Lee and Chow Yun-fat. The original title of this is actually Tiger on the Beat. um, which I had heard of, and I decided to check it out. This is the German DVD. I actually wanted the Hong Kong Legends release because that actually has some features on it, but I couldn't find that one. Uh, Plus, I do like this cover a little bit better. It's a cool cover, and you think that with the cover like that, that it's like an action-packed movie. It actually isn't. Tiger on the Beat or Born Hero, it's actually a comedy for the most part. It's a buddy cop comedy, which is all right. I laughed at some of the jokes, especially the introduction of Chow Yun-fat's character, where he's eating raw eggs in a cup, and these people are looking at him funny. He's like, "What? I learned it from Stallone." He chugs down the eggs. There's some funny moments. Most of the action is actually in the end, and the ending of this movie, I highly recommend checking out the ending of this. You see that right there? That's the guy with the chainsaw. That's Conan Lee, and he has a chainsaw fight with this other guy, and it's fucking awesome. It's a really great fight scene with two chainsaws. Um, so for the third act alone, this is worth checking out, and the finale of this is actually up on YouTube if you guys want to check it out, which I highly recommend. So yeah, that's Born Hero, aka Tiger on the Beat. Next up, trying to organize this. My Lucky Stars, which actually doesn't star Jackie Chan, but he's all over the cover. It actually stars Sammo Hung. You can see down there. An action comedy film, which pretty much the whole plot revolves around Sammo Hung's character and these group of friends that he has, which in Hong Kong they're known as the Lucky Stars team. I guess they're like a comedy team. And it's a pretty fun movie. I laughed at some of the jokes, even though it seemed like a lot of trouble to go through. I mean, if you see the movie, you'll know what I mean when I say it seems like a lot of trouble to go through just to be around a woman, if you know what I'm talking about. And really action-packed ending that takes place inside of this like amusement park, like fun house. Some great martial arts choreography. It's a fun movie. Jackie Chan is not in it a whole lot, but Sammo Hung, I like him as well, and he does a good job. And then the sequel, I guess you could say, is Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars, which again, Jackie Chan, he's not in it that much, and that's Yuan Bao right next to him. And again, Sammo Hung is the lead, and another action comedy. And Richard Norton is actually in this. He's actually one of the bad guys, and he has a fight with Sammo Hung at the end, which was pretty cool. So yeah, if you're a fan of Hong Kong action comedies, check these out. Next up, some Jackie Chan movies where he is actually, well, he's kind of the lead in this one, Wheels on Meals, which he also did with Yuan Bao and Sammo Hung, and a really awesome final fight with Jackie Chan and this kickboxing champion named Benny the Jet Urquierdes, I believe I pronounced his last name. Definitely one of his better fight sequences with Jackie Chan, Wheels on Meals, and this is a 2-disc edition, which has a ton of features. So if you're a fan of this movie, the Hong Kong Legends release, the 2-disc special collector's edition, this is the one to get because it's got a lot of features. And Thunderbolt with Jackie Chan. This is one where he plays like a race car driver. This is a pretty fun movie. This is one I'd never heard of, and I checked it out. It's a pretty fun movie, I gotta say. I enjoyed it. There's not a whole ton of martial arts. The finale, for instance, doesn't have a fight. The ending is a race, of course. But it's still got some really great stunt work. And if you're a fan of Jackie Chan, it's an easy recommendation. And some more UK stuff. The Black Sheep Affair. Another Hong Kong action flick. You're starting to see a pattern here, aren't you? But I love action movies in Hong Kong. They did a lot of great stuff over there. This in America was actually released it was released in the U.S. under the title Another Meltdown, but it's not really a sequel to